What's happening, y'all? JR Raymond back again, coming to you from Bowler X Pro Shop and Training Center inside Waterford Lanes, where today I want to talk to you about that pesky rev rate thing again. I know a lot of junior gold kids are out bowling junior gold right now, and some are going to get done and they're going to be like, dang it, I just feel like I couldn't do what I wanted to do. Like, I feel like if my rev rate was a little higher, I would have more of a chance. Because if you'll notice, generally the higher rev rate players do the best in all situations, and there's a reason for it. Rev rate is very important. So the first thing we need to do in order to even create rev rate is to figure out how do we get our thumb out faster. So obviously this is for the bowlers that use their thumb. For other bowlers who don't use your thumb, we'll talk about something different in another video. We'll start doing more two-handed type of videos. But for this one, I'm gonna show you how to get your thumb out faster, and I'll show you a couple of drills that you can do not only in the bowling center, but also at home to make you better and get your thumb out faster and to get your rev rate up as well. So we'll talk about all that here in a minute, so stay tuned. All right, so one of the things that we have to do is we've got to get our thumb out faster. If our thumb doesn't come out fast enough, you're just going to be basically pucking the ball down the lane. So then it's just going to be, and it's going to have no rotation. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be able to, it's not going to give you the ability to create the big swooping hook or the power going through the pins or anything. Because we all know with power it creates better room for error. It creates a bigger pocket. You don't have to hit the pocket perfectly to strike. A lot of the times you're throwing more messengers. A lot of these things are more important. And a lot of it is to do with rev rate more so than ball speed. Now, if your rev rate gets too high, obviously you got to have more speed to be able to counteract those two because they need to match a little bit. But we'll talk about speed at a different time. But for now, let's just talk about your rev rate. Let's try to figure out how to get your thumb out faster. So what you're going to do is you're just going to do like this. You're just going to be out on the lanes or at home or wherever you are, and you're going to put your hand in the ball. And all I want you to do is I want you to just think of, and I'm going to stand up a little bit, but all I want you to do is I want you to think of just swinging it back and then just letting go with your thumb and letting it go behind you. Now, this is all credit to Rick Benoit and Bull U. I saw them do this and show the class this portion of this drill, and I thought it was a really good idea. I thought that was really cool, that a good way to get you to feel getting your thumb out and then having your fingers feel like it's the last thing in the ball. So you're just going to swing it back, let go with your thumb and let it spin and just let it go backwards. So do that a bunch of times to get that feeling of thumb and then, oop, that one kind of hung up because I'm squeezing. Thumb and then fingers, and then you'll be good to go. So after you get that and you start getting that feeling of thumb and then fingers, we're going to go up onto the lane. So you're going to put your foot back, you're going to get it out of the way. I want you to just use this part of the lane that has the oil on it, this little bit of oil. And it's the same concept, except it's going to be where you're trying to get it to spin in the oil right underneath your chin. Keep everything up underneath your head. So you don't want it to roll forward. You don't want to start pushing it forward that way. We want, the idea is to get the ball to start in the downswing to go backwards and then roll forward, and you're going to stop it. So the ball should glide back a little bit and then forward. If it's only going forward, we have an issue. That's when your thumb and your fingers are getting out too close at the same time. So again, going back and then forward. And just do this over and over, and you're trying to spin it faster and faster and faster, and that's how you gain your rev rate. So obviously we want to do this as many times as we can. Don't hurt yourself, but just figure out how to get that ball to spin as fast as you possibly can. So a lot of people get stuck on that thought of the yo-yo, and this is one way to really think of it. Now, the idea behind this is to keep your hand underneath it as long as you can and then yo-yo it down and get it to spin. That's what you want to do. You don't want to do it from the top side and do it because then you're not creating any spin. It's just as if you have a little small ball or an actual yo-yo, you snap it off this way in front of you in order to get it to spin forward, to get it to really go this way. So you have to keep these things in mind. The technique is really important. There's a lot of things you have to do properly to get this to happen. Now, doing it out there is going to be a whole lot easier than getting it to happen from the foul line, or from behind the foul line all the way to the foul line. There's things that has to happen there too, but at least having the feeling of thumb out first, then your fingers, that's very, very, very key in order to create the rev rate. Because like I said, if you don't have rev rate, you're giving up an awful lot of room for error, a lot of hitting power, these different types of things. So make sure to go work on this stuff. Maybe you're a person that just you like playing straighter, you don't want to have the rev rate because you don't want to move left, that's fine. But if you want to be able to play all parts of the lane, we want to create some rev rate. So this is one of the drills that you can do. So again, make sure to head over to 10pindoctors.com. There is a membership over there which gets you access to our knowledge base and videos and members only footage and everything else over there too. And we have members only podcasts, members only virtual clinics, all these different things. And you get a discount to virtual lessons and all the other stuff on there as well. So make sure to head over to 10pindoctors.com. Appreciate your support over there. But I'm getting out of here. Until next time, see you guys later. Take care.